what happened with Signal? What happened with Signal is that basically members of the government were about to attack a group, and basically gave plans on the attack. They released documents that were in PDF, and they put it in the chat. But the problem is that someone in the chat should not have been in the chat. Someone in the chat was invited by someone in the group. That's it. Someone in the chat was invited by someone in the group. That's layman's whatever, right? So that's what happened, right? And also that's how that breach or leak happened, right? My next few podcasts, if I edit this correctly, is going to be talking about how that could have stopped, that could have not happened, how they could have prevented it. So let's just get into that. Let's talk about how they could have prevented it. An access control list is one of the greatest tools in security. An access control list. You could do a network access control list. You could do a credential access control list. But an access control list is needed. Matter of fact, actually, let's take a step back. The first thing should have been some awareness. An awareness of who's on my chat list. And I got to tell you something. A group of kids throwing a party that they didn't want their parents to know about exercised greater control than this gentleman. I am so sorry, sir. You need to report to some cybersecurity lessons and listen to someone give you advice about how to be aware. And also everyone on that group, I don't think that they'll make that mistake again. They seem particularly bright. I mean, even if whatever, they seem particularly bright. I get it. You know, they're MAGA, but they seem particularly bright. They seem like they should learn from a lesson once and totally be like, okay, this is what's going on. So you should be looking at your chat and seeing who's communicating. I got to tell you something. When I was working at a place, I got invited to a chat. I got invited to a chat. Right away, a girl said, "Hey, who added him?" Right away. I didn't even say anything yet. Someone literally said, "Hey, who added him?" And that was that. So, I mean, I don't really understand how on a Signal chat, they didn't see a journalist, or they didn't see someone that looked different from what everyone else. I didn't see. I don't understand. Okay, so the other thing is this. An access control list is not really about giving permission, right? Well, actually, an access control list is about giving permissions that's needed, right? There should have been a way to authenticate there should be a way to authenticate into a chat to let the members of the chat know that you are who you are. That's it. To take one step further back, right? That should be tied to something in government that's supposed to say, in this chat, in this group, are supposed to be these people. And if they don't meet, if whoever's in this group does not meet this group, they don't get in. And that's essentially it. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, is that they should have been an access control list. That they really should not have used Signal. They should not have used Signal. They should have used an access control list. There needs to be something to authenticate. Not only that messages, and the other thing too is that really when it comes to messages, right? There's too many stories in the past 20 years of messages lasting longer than they need to. Like messages need to find a way to disappear for good. And there are several ways. But that's it. Messages need to disappear. Messages and chats cannot last. And they should not last. They should not last especially when you're talking about government things. You know what I mean? If anything, they should, like, how can I say it? Like, messages could be sent. People could read them, right? But where it was sent, the medium that it was on, it needs to poof. It needs to disappear. That's it. And the same thing, actually, I got to tell you, even with companies, I think companies need to find a way to make their emails just basically after 5 months, if the Outlook profile is not reaching a server, say after 30 days, a countdown should start. Literally, on every computer, there's a time thing in every computer. A lot of people don't know this. The BIOS, the CMOS, right? There's a computer, right? The computer has a clock. And so I feel as if everything that turns on, everything that's sent after 60 days, 90 days, you should just be looking at like a spaghetti of words that's indecipherable, that makes no sense to the common eye, or even it should just be so gobbledygook, right? But that's my honest to God thoughts regarding any messages that are sent. It should just be gone, like gone. Does there need to be a record that it was sent? Yeah. So that action should be taken, snapshotted, saying on the 5th, or say for instance on March 31st, Mark Rushy spoke at this time. This is what he said. You wanna go look at it? This is where you have to go. This is where you have to go look at it. That's it. This is the only place you could go to look at it. You can't look at anyone else's devices. You can't pull up after 60 days. There's no reason I can think of after 60 days to go pull up a message in the same line. I mean, it's a convenience. It's a convenience matter, right? But if we're talking about if it's about security, if it's about security, if it's about intellectual property and things like that, I don't want it on your device. I don't want it on your device at all. Go back to the share drive. Go to the share drive and go look it up like everyone else does. Your convenience is not going to cost my company money. Going to cost my reputation, my company's reputation money, just because you conveniently want to look at your device. You crazy. These people are nuts. They need to find a way I already know that there is a way, to tell you the truth, but it's just that it's convoluted, and it's not for the faint of heart. And it's a very harsh stance to make, to look at your staff, to look at the people that you work with and say, look, oh, you want that email from back when? This is where you got to go to get it. This is where you got to go to get it. You having problems finding it? Ask this person. Ask this person. That's it. No, it's not on your device. It's not. It's not on your device. I mean, but you're gonna, you'll find out once something like that happens to you, though. Once something like that happens to you is when you'll find out. But just food for thought.